If you've been feeling weaker lately, like your body just doesn't bounce back the way it used to, you need to hear this. Because this one simple habit, something you've done your entire life, might be the silent reason behind your fatigue, your muscle loss, even your risk of falling. I'm talking about water. Not bad water. Not dirty water. I'm talking about drinking water the wrong way. And believe it or not, it could be doing more harm than good after the age of 70. You see, most people think staying hydrated just means drinking 8 glasses a day. But what no one tells you, not your doctor, not your nurse, not even a pamphlet at the pharmacy, is that drinking water the wrong way after a certain age can actually drain your strength, stress your organs, and strip essential minerals from your muscles and brain. Let me ask you this, have you been feeling more tired than usual, even after a good night's sleep? Are your legs getting weaker? Do you find it harder to focus, harder to stay steady, or more forgetful lately? Here's the truth nobody talks about, all of that might be tied to your hydration habits. And yes, I know it sounds ridiculous, how can water, of all things, be the problem? But that's the danger. It's so basic, so healthy, we never question it. And because of that, it flies under the radar, silently draining your vitality. But here's what might surprise you, some people in their 70s and 80s are actually reversing these problems. They're sharper, stronger, and more stable than they were 20 years ago. And they didn't do anything extreme, they just started drinking water differently. At different times. In different ways. And with a few key tweaks most doctors never mention. Why don't you hear this more often? Because most of the hydration advice out there is for younger people, people with fast kidneys, balanced hormones, and strong electrolyte reserves. Once you pass 65 or 70, your body processes water very differently. What used to help, can actually start to hurt. More than 90% of older adults are doing this wrong. And new research from the Journal of Geriatric Medicine shows that these small hydration mistakes can lead to faster muscle wasting, mental fog, poor digestion, and even nighttime bathroom trips that increase your risk of falling. But here's the good news, it's fixable. And it starts with understanding what your body truly needs, right now, at this stage of life. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the 5 most common mistakes seniors make when drinking water, and how to fix them so you can feel more energized, clear-headed, and balanced, starting today. Let's dive into the 5 biggest water drinking mistakes that are quietly making seniors weaker, and what you can start doing differently today to feel stronger, sharper, and more in control of your body. Number 1, chugging water instead of sipping. We've all done it. You get busy, forget to drink all day, then you suddenly remember and down a big glass or 2 at once. It feels like you're doing something healthy, right? But here's what's really happening inside your body. When you chug water, especially on an empty stomach, it causes a sudden surge in blood volume. And for aging kidneys, that can trigger a stress response. Your body goes into the flush mode, which means it starts eliminating not just water, but essential electrolytes your muscles and brain desperately need to function. In fact, this sudden flooding can spike blood pressure temporarily, and then drop it again, leaving you feeling lightheaded, off balance, and fatigued shortly after. That's why so many people say, I drink enough water, but I still feel tired. It's not how much you're drinking, it's how fast. Instead, sip slowly, and steadily, throughout the day. A good rule of thumb. 1 small cup per hour. Give your body time to absorb it. Let your cells actually use the water, rather than fight to process it all at once. Forget the myth about gulping down 8 glasses in the morning to catch up. That doesn't hydrate you, it overwhelms you. Real hydration happens over time, with consistency. Not volume. Number 2, drinking water during meals. Now here's one most people never think twice about, drinking water with your food. Sounds harmless, right? Maybe even helpful. But for seniors, this habit can quietly work against your digestion and leave you feeling bloated, sluggish, or undernourished, even when you're eating the right foods. Here's why. When you drink during meals, especially in large sips, you dilute your stomach acid, which is the very thing your body relies on to break down and absorb nutrients. And for those over 70, your stomach acid is already weaker than it used to be. This means your body may struggle to pull important vitamins and minerals from your food, nutrients like B12, magnesium, calcium. The ones that protect your bones, your brain, and your muscles. So even if you're eating healthy, you might not be absorbing what you need. And that can slowly lead to fatigue, weakness, and brain fog that creeps up without warning. Instead, try this: drink water about 30 minutes before your meal to prime your digestion, and wait another 30 minutes after eating to sip again. Not only will your digestion improve, but you'll likely feel more satisfied and energized after your meals too. And if you absolutely need a sip during a meal, keep it small. Just enough to swallow, not enough to water down your system. This one small change can help you get more from your food, and restore strength where you've been quietly losing it. Number 3, not replenishing electrolytes. This next one might be the most misunderstood. Most people think water alone is enough to stay hydrated. But here's what nobody tells you, especially after 70, plain water without the right minerals can actually leave you feeling more depleted. You see, your body doesn't just need water. It needs a delicate balance of electrolytes, like sodium, potassium, and magnesium, to move that water into your cells and keep your muscles firing properly. Without those minerals, water just passes through you. And worse, drinking too much plain water can actually flush out what little electrolytes you do have. That's why some people drink plenty of water, but still get muscle cramps, feel dizzy when they stand up, or notice that their heart feels fluttery or weak. It's not dehydration, it's mineral loss. And the older we get, the more vulnerable we are to it. The fix is simple, but powerful: add a pinch of unrefined sea salt, like Himalayan salt, to your water once or twice a day. You can also add a squeeze of fresh lemon or a few slices of cucumber. These small additions replenish trace minerals and help your body use the water you're drinking. Even mild electrolyte imbalance can interfere with muscle strength, energy, and mental clarity. So don't wait until you feel symptoms. Make it part of your routine, and give your body what it truly needs to stay balanced, strong, and stable from the inside out. Number 4, drinking too much at night. This next one is sneaky. You probably don't even think about it: a glass of water before bed, maybe 2. You're trying to stay healthy. But here's the problem: drinking too much water late at night might be quietly stealing your energy, your balance, and your sleep quality, every single night. Think about this: how often do you get up to use the bathroom at 1 or 2 in the morning? Or maybe even more than once. Every time that happens, your body's deep, restorative sleep is interrupted. And that kind of broken sleep doesn't just leave you groggy, it directly affects your coordination, memory, and immune system. Even worse, moving around in the dark when you're half asleep increases your risk of falls, which, as you know, is one of the biggest threats to health and independence later in life. So here's what you do: stop your main fluid intake at least 2 hours before bedtime. That gives your body time to process the water before you lie down. You'll sleep deeper, stay more balanced, and wake up feeling stronger. The key is to hydrate earlier in the day, especially in the morning and early afternoon, when your body's natural repair systems are most active. This way, you give your cells what they need when they need it, and you protect your nights for the deep rest your body depends on. Because remember, one good night of sleep does more for your strength, balance, and memory than almost anything else. And it starts with what, and when, you drink. Number 5. Using plastic bottles with BPA. Now this last one is something almost no one talks about, but it could be quietly affecting your bones, your hormones, and even your long-term brain health. It's not about what's in your water, it's about what's holding it. And if you're still drinking from old plastic bottles, especially the cheap kind, or ones you've reused over and over again, you might be unknowingly exposing yourself to something called BPA. BPA is a chemical used in many plastics to make them flexible and clear. But here's the scary part: when plastic gets warm, even just sitting in the sun, or in your car, or rinsed with hot tap water, that BPA can leach into your water. And once it's inside your body, BPA doesn't just go away. It acts like a hormone disruptor, especially dangerous for older adults. It mimics estrogen and interferes with your endocrine system, which plays a major role in everything from bone strength to muscle function to cognitive clarity. Over time, BPA exposure has been linked to lower bone density, greater risk of fractures, and even memory problems. And while it might seem small, when you're drinking from that bottle every day, week after week, month after month, those effects can add up faster than you'd think. But the fix is simple: ditch the plastic. Invest in a BPA-free bottle, or better yet, a stainless steel or glass one. They're safer, reusable, and they don't leach any chemicals into your water, no matter how hot it gets or how often you wash them. This might seem like a small upgrade, but sometimes, the smallest changes protect you from the biggest risks. Because the truth is, the container you drink from matters just as much as what you're drinking. Especially now. You've worked hard to take care of your body. Don't let something as avoidable as plastic chemicals work against you, day after day. So if you truly want to protect your strength, your balance, and your mental clarity in the years ahead, don't just drink water, drink it right. Let's take a moment to remember what we've covered, because these aren't just tips, these are quiet daily choices that can either build you up, or slowly chip away at the vitality you've worked a lifetime to protect. Start with the first habit: don't chug your water. Sip slowly throughout the day. Let your body absorb and use the hydration instead of rushing it through. Then, be mindful during meals. Avoid drinking water while you eat. Give your stomach the space to do its job, breaking down nutrients that your muscles, bones, and brain depend on. And don't forget your electrolytes. A pinch of salt, a splash of lemon, or even mineral-rich vegetables, these trace minerals make the difference between water that simply passes through you, and water that nourishes every cell. Next, protect your sleep. Don't wait until the evening to play catch-up. Hydrate in the morning. Cut back at night. Because a strong, steady day begins with uninterrupted, deep sleep. And your hydration rhythm plays a bigger role in that than most people realize. Finally, think about your water bottle. It may seem like a small thing, but if it's made from plastic with BPA, it's introducing invisible toxins into your system every time you take a sip. Switch to glass. Switch to stainless steel. Give your body what it deserves: clean water from a clean source. And if that feels like a lot, don't worry. You don't have to change everything overnight. Just pick one habit. Start small. Start now. Even just sipping more slowly tomorrow morning can set off a chain reaction that improves your energy, your steadiness, and your confidence. Because it's not just about drinking more water, it's about drinking water smarter, and giving your body what it actually needs in this chapter of your life. And trust me, when you get this right, you feel it. In your joints. In your muscles. In the clarity of your thoughts. And in that quiet sense of strength that comes back to you, little by little, day after day. Now, take a moment. Breathe. Think about everything you've just heard. Which one of these habits really made you stop and think? Was it the idea that chugging water could actually leave you more tired, or the thought that a plastic bottle sitting in your car could slowly be working against your bones? Maybe you realized you've been drinking right before bed for years, and never connected it to your restless nights, or your groggy mornings. Or maybe, this was the first time someone ever told you that the way you hydrate could have anything to do with your balance, your energy, or your ability to stay independent. Whatever it was, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me, which of these habits surprised you the most? Are you already doing any of them, or do you think you might have been making one of these quiet mistakes without even knowing it? And while you're at it, let us know where you're watching from. It means the world to know who's out there, listening, learning, and walking this journey toward strength, no matter what age you are. Because here's the truth, getting older doesn't mean getting weaker. Not if you have the right tools, the right habits, and the right mindset. And that's exactly what we're building together, right here on this channel, Thriving Age Tip. A place where you are not just seen, but valued. A place where we challenge the myths of aging, and show what's still possible, with just a few smart changes, and a whole lot of heart. So if this video opened your eyes, even just a little, please take a second to tap that like button. And subscribe for more tips that are actually made for you, for your body, your season of life, and your goals. Because you're not done yet. There's still so much strength in you. And every day is a new chance to nourish it. Protect it. And let it grow. I'm glad you're here. And I hope you'll stay with us, right here at Thriving Age Tip, where we empower you to stay strong, sharp, and thriving, at any age.